there, Lupo. Stick with me because I'm going to teach you all about the flume. The flume is located in a little town called Lincoln, New Hampshire. This town is right in the middle of the White Mountains, next to all kinds of other tourist attractions. As you enter the flume, you see the information center with a bridge over a nice little creek with some fish in it. The information center is actually pretty big, and there's lots to do here. There's other attractions to see, there's shopping, there's also a food court, and there's tons to read. After you get your ticket, you walk out to this view of Flume Mountain and Liberty Mountain. Once you find the trail, it's pretty easy walking. Most of it is paved, or a lot of it's gravel actually. And it does have a pretty good incline though if you're out of shape. If you look carefully along the trail, there's certain trees and bushes and flowers marked that tell you what they are, so you can learn a little while you walk. During the last ice age, these mountains were covered by glaciers that were almost a mile high, and they left behind these glacier boulders. Eventually, you come across this wonderful covered bridge, also known as a kissing bridge back in the day, because that is where you would take your sweetheart where it was dark and no one saw you kiss her. Courting was so much easier back then. Table Rock is a large outcropping of Conway granite. It's about 500 feet long and 75 feet wide. We really wanted to go out and play on this, but pretty sure you're not allowed to. And it's probably an easy way to slip to your death. As you get closer to the flume, learn more about its history. It formed because it's highly fractured granite and basalt that had been eroded by frost over the years, and also by the water. The flume is an actual gorge that's about 800 feet long that's at the base of Mount Liberty. The Conway granite walls of the gorge rise from 70 to as high as 90 feet in some areas. What was a real relief on the hot day was the fact that you're getting sprayed by some of the mist, and just being in between the rocks like this, the temperature drops about 20 degrees. You can also see how the basalt dikes have damaged the sides of the walls and caused more eroding. You can get a better look at that here. Also, the flume is pretty loud, so it's kind of hard to talk. Take a listen. Back in the early 1800s, there used to be a boulder that was wedged, and you'd actually walk under it. But in 1883, a giant storm came through and washed out the boulder, and they still have never found out where it went. Eventually, you get to the steps, and this reminds me of the hobbits going up into Mordor. Look at all these steps. What's really neat about the gorge is that there's all this hidden wildlife everywhere. Look at all this variety of moss that has been able to grow because of the damp environment. And what's amazing also is the lichen. There's a bunch of lichen here that is hundreds and hundreds of years old, and I've never seen such large lichen. Lichen, I love it. Cha-cha-cha. The flume narrows to as little as 12 feet, and you actually hang out over the water in some spots. Eventually, you find your way to Avalanche Falls. These falls were formed right after that same large storm that washed away the boulder in 1883. Have a listen. At the top of the flume, you find this place, Bear Cave, which if you're really daring, you can go in and explore. There's also a viewing platform at the very top of the flume where you can turn around and look at the flume the other direction, and here's kind of a view of that. People also take a lunch up here. There is a place to get out of the rain where you can hide at the top of the gorge here and have a bite to eat, get out of the sun and the rain. If you have a hard time handling the hike, you can get a ride as far as this information center. So it's only a few hundred feet to the gorge from there, and you can take a bus directly up so you can get an idea of what that looks like here. The Flume is not cheap. It's actually $16 a person, but it's well worth it. If you find yourself near Lincoln, New Hampshire, you should stop and go. Don't forget, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to my channel. Also, give this a thumbs up, a like, a share, or if you have something to add, remember to comment below. Thanks. Also, don't forget to stop by terranlupo.com. I have up videos that you can't see anywhere else. Currently, I have one on carnivorous plants and also how to make your own mead. All you have to do is go over and sign up,